Hey everybody, Super Squee here, back for more big list bullshit. I don't know why I always do the bullshit line. But anyways, here we go. Let's do more of this. As I keep saying things, over and over again. I don't know exactly what makes me love The Flash so much, but this is by far my favorite DC CW TV show. I love the actors. I love how their characters are written. That makes them feel pretty relatable and real most of the time, and the amount of character development they've had leading up to this point. Elongated Man is so wonderful. He is a precious boy that needs to be protected at all costs, and Barry and his family make me smile so big. I'm looking forward to season 6. So I can't remember if the newest season is out yet or not. I watched the Crisis on Infinite Earths thing, which honestly could have been its own post, but I didn't do that. So I don't know if the new season is going to be like after all that or what, because I know every single one of the series got like one episode of the crossover event thing. But I really love The Flash. I think it's a lot of fun. There was a little thing that showed the movie Flash, Ezra Miller, and homeboy from this, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and I feel bad, but it was an amazing scene where the both of them just like were talking for a minute, and we're in the middle of the Speed Force, and we're just like, how the fuck is this even possible? Get ready for lots of pirates, guys. I didn't really like the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie when it came out. It was alright, but I remember being bored a lot. I still don't think it's that great, but I appreciate all the things it sets up for its sequels. The actors play their characters really well, and even if I'm not a huge fan of the plot, I love the characters. I don't know why, but I really, really like Barbossa, and I just have a boner for Orlando Bloom in anything. Which is pretty true. It's pretty true. This is an alright movie. Like, that's all I really need to say. I always misremember this movie and the last of the original trilogy because they feel like they're basically part 1 and 2 of a single story. I love the design of the crew of the Flying Dutchman, and Jesus is Davy Jones super cool. I really like how they answered a lot of questions that arose from the first movie, and the Kraken was an awesome addition. I actually remember this being the first and only of the series I watched in theaters, and it was the hypest shit. I still really, really love this movie. It is a fucking delight, in my opinion, and it has so many great fucking scenes for all the characters. This is like the maximum buildup of everything turned up to the limit. This time around, watching all 3 of the original films in order makes me love this film even more. It gave me a greater respect for everything that's set up plot-wise, and the things you probably wouldn't notice if you didn't watch the films back to back. I was really uneasy going into this movie, and then as I was watching it, I got more and more drawn in. I always heard terrible things about this movie, but I really enjoyed it. I love the jokes, I love the focus on Jack, because even if I have qualms about Johnny Depp, I love his performance, and I just love the way Jack moves around. Just the gayest in the best way. To be completely honest, I've only ever watched this movie 3 times through. Granted, that means I've spent 9 hours of my life watching this movie, and that's just the theatrical release. Middle-earth is extremely interesting to me, and man, has this movie effect-wise aged really well. Like, yeah, some of the CGI is a bit dated, and you can tell where a green screen was used, but it's still an absolutely gorgeous film visually. I always think of Elijah Wood looking this young, but rewatching makes me realize just how baby-faced he was in this. Also, Orlando Bloom boners forever. You know, as it should be. You should always have Orlando Bloom boners forever. Never seen the original, vaguely remember the more recent movie, but this is beautiful. Force feed me so much more, please. Endanger Will Robinson until the end of time itself. Season 2 has been confirmed. Fucking yes. So I haven't watched Season 2 yet at all. It was just a bunch of shit I had on the back burner. I don't have my Netflix on right now, so I can't even... I have so many fucking things to catch up on, like, watch-wise. It's just... Jesus Christ. So this one I actually had a quote in here that I took. Literally, my whole post was just a quote that is taken from the show, because I was dealing with a lot of shit in my life at the time, and I really enjoyed this season. I enjoyed that Iron Fist popped up, Danny, because I think I've said before, but I didn't really mind Danny. I didn't really mind Iron Fist at all. I didn't think it was that bad. But, you know, to each their own. But I enjoyed seeing him in this, and this is just a full quote from the show that kind of spoke to me at the time. "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord," Romans 12:19. Why is that? Let's look at the first of that verse. "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but leave room for the wrath of God." Well, now, God trusts us with so much, why not wrath? It's because wrath is toxic. The soul can't tolerate it. And it only takes a few drops. Oh yeah, a little dab will do you. It poisons you. And there will be times when you are tested. Times when your blood boils. But vengeance belongs to the Lord. Vengeance belongs to the Lord, because sometimes, whether we want to admit it or not, Father does know best. I'm reminded of an old Cherokee legend. Grandson comes to his grandfather. Now the little boy is angry. One of his friends has done him a great injury, and the little boy wants some retribution. That little boy wants some vengeance. Now the grandfather, he understood the grandson. He understood that it's our nature to hate those who have harmed us, to want to wish them harm. But he tells the grandson that hate only wears you down. It does not hurt your enemy. It's as if there are two wolves living inside you. One wolf is good. He only fights when it's right to do so. That other wolf is hateful. He fights no matter the reason. It's as if these two wolves are both fighting to dominate your spirit. And the boy asks his grandfather, which wolf is stronger? And the grandfather looked into his grandson's eyes, and he said, "It's the one you feed." You ever wanted a movie that really feels like it's related to SCPs? Watch this movie. I liked it a lot. Dude, it's so pretty. Like, couldn't stop thinking about SCPs. This movie is literally just if you want some weird ass movie that doesn't completely make sense and goes all over the place and is like super fucking bonkers, this is an SCP movie. And it's based off of a series of books. And I want to read those books really, really bad. And like, holy fuck, watch this movie if you want to see some weird, creepy, like SCP style, like nonsense, bullshit, shittery. It's been a really, really long time since I rewatched Fooly Cooly, and Jesus, I should have watched it sooner. It's strange. You feel like sometimes there is so much you're missing from a series after you watch it. Like maybe you remember something wrong, or don't remember something at all. But with only 6 episodes in the first season, it's kind of hard to forget anything. I adore the animation style. The English cast is genuinely one of my favorites, and I feel like they did a really good job portraying their characters. Something about the music and the way the characters react to things and just how they are really resonated with me when I first saw this late at night when I was like 10 years old. I feel like, in a way, it was a story and characters more developed than I could understand at the time. But I still love them, and now as a 24-year-old going through life shit, I don't know, I feel like the series resonates more with me now. Okay, so this is one of the few things that the second season is the next post. But this series had such a long hiatus between shit that I feel like they're their own, like, mini series. Like, they're connected, but it's like watching a sequel to a movie. And I would still talk about a sequel to a movie through these list things. I have more questions now than ever. I feel like the second season of FLCL really complements the first, and though I feel it's goofy and kind of interesting enough to draw in new people who never watched the first season, this is definitely meant to be a second season to an anime from 2003 in the States. It follows up major plot points and then doesn't really state anything new. I do like the new characters. I do like the amount of speculation that can be had right now because of the said characters, and I do love me some Haruko. Music, good, with a couple throwbacks to the original series. I love the one of the main characters' English voice actor is Robbie Daymond, who is also Prompto and the little cutie pie. I feel like this is best enjoyed after watching the first season, though, because this is a second season, not a separate series, which, don't get me wrong, I know what I just said before I read this post, but like it's different enough. I feel like maybe it's supposed to be a sequel, so it is like you should watch this after watching the first season. But I think it's like a sequel in the sense of like a movie series. It is not like season 2, even though they want to label it that way. And I have still not seen season 3, which appears to be in a completely different art style and is like mildly unrelated. Like Haruko is in it, but that's about all I saw. So like, I don't know. But that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. I will catch y'all later. Bye-bye.